Hello everyone, I'm the NEFC and this is Blue Lines TV, and today I'm bringing you guys a match review of our 1-1 draw with West Ham United yesterday. You guys know what the deal is. Hit the like button, help me get more than 300 likes for this video, and again you guys press the bell notification button if you haven't. Please just press that goddamn button. Starting with the match review, and of course respectful wishes were made to Ray Wilkins. Was a fantastic 7 for the club he was playing, and credit to West Ham United fans as well, getting up to applaud Ray Wilkins as well, so that was very respectfully done. But starting with the lineup, and I think that quite a lot of us were kind of surprised, but then not surprised afterwards, because a lot of us felt that maybe Hudson-Odoi might be getting an opportunity in this game. A lot of us felt that Emerson, including myself in particular, would be starting this game over Marcus Alonso, and yeah, a lot of us thought Christensen would maintain his place in the team, but Conte, typical Conte, and this is why he's having the season he's having, and this is why he's not going to be here for next season. He sticks with the same team. He actually replaces Christensen for Cahill in this game, and I was a bit shocked. Now, of course, there could be reasons. Maybe we know that Christensen hasn't been fully fit. He's been getting a bit fatigued. Maybe that's why his concentration hasn't fully been there throughout the entire 90 minutes. Still, though, in my opinion, even if Christensen has been making the odd mistake here and there, I'd still pick this guy over Gary Cahill because he plays in the middle of that back three much better than anything Cahill does. And one thing in particular, Christensen doesn't let any balls in behind him through the middle like Gary Cahill does, and like he did throughout this game yesterday. I'm not picking Emerson, I just don't get it anymore. Alonso hasn't been doing anything offensively, but we know Conte is a guy that when he picks a team, he's not picking based on form or anything like that. He just picks based on his preferences. But starting with the first half performance, and the intensity was pretty similar to the game against Tottenham. We were really taking the game to West Ham. We were really dominating the possession as well, and we were doing one thing in particular that was giving us a lot of joy against West Ham. Now, with Eden Hazard and Willian, they did move in very centrally in the pitch. They were playing very, very close to Alvaro Morata, and this really helped us a lot, especially in the first half, as we were able to constantly cut through West Ham and create direct chances through on goal. A lot of times we were creating opportunities from 1-2s, and the beauty of creating the 1-2s and of course playing very centrally to each other is the fact that we were dragging the West Ham's defensive line out of position. Willian and Hazard receiving the ball in the spaces between West Ham's defence and their midfield, with Morata dropping deep to link up with them. They were able to create a lot of chances that way, and it was quite unfortunate that Willian didn't do better with an opportunity that Hazard did create for him. Honestly, I don't understand why Willian just didn't open up his body and bury it in the bottom corner. It seemed like the easiest thing to do. It seemed like he was being a bit too smart, trying to do a little cute chipped effort. Wasn't the right decision to make. But still, in that first half in particular, the goal was looking inevitable, and it does finally come near the end of the first half. It comes from Azpilicueta, one of the most funniest goals you'll kind of see, and the way he celebrated too, as if he won the Champions League final. He just scored like a ridiculously long-range banger. I think he celebrated more against West Ham than in that goal he scored against Leicester last season in the Carling Cup. Still, the only negative in this first half, and I touched on it earlier on in this match review, was the fact that there was another direct ball from long to Arnautovic. Now, I don't understand why this is becoming a thing. Well, actually, you know what? I do understand. I'm going to be releasing another video after this match review, so you guys can really understand why this keeps happening. But again, Cahill and Rudiger not doing their jobs properly again. And in regards to Rudiger, it was a bit of a funny performance from him. It's like he was playing with like a chip on his shoulder. He seemed pretty angry throughout this entire game. Some really rough challenges on some West Ham players. That 50-yard toe poke effort as well, he just blasted it. I mean, there's a reason why he's seen as like the black version of David Luiz. And yeah, it was just a bit of a funny performance. Was there stuff that happened before the game? Was he just frustrated with things in general? Maybe some personal things happening in his life, who knows? But you're not really seeing that type of performance from Rudiger. I'm not saying that he was bad, but yeah, he looked very aggressive in this game. The second half starts, and yeah, the first thing I'm noticing, and I'm feeling very confident about the win, and maybe this is a mistake I keep making myself feel way too confident than I should be. But I'm noticing with West Ham in particular, especially, I was making that point earlier in this match review about how we were able to get Hazard and Willian in those spaces between West Ham's defence and their midfield, and how that was creating a lot of chances. Well, as the second half was going on, you could see that West Ham's type of, let's say, their confidence was starting to go. Maybe that's down to fatigue as well as a lack of confidence, because we're creating even more spaces between those areas and we're getting more people there, and you're not seeing many West Ham numbers really flooding centrally like they should be, because you know West Ham's plan throughout this entire game, it was just to defend very deep, defend those central areas, try and have us, you know, force something like to play crosses into the box and just hope to get something on the counter-attack. They could see that their game plan wasn't working because we were really, you know, controlling the game against West Ham, but yeah, we just couldn't get that second goal at the time we needed it. And one thing that was really frustrating me in this game was this lack of efficiency in the final third. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a combination of maybe some players being tired, and like, you know, one of the main reasons I'm always stating in every single match review is the fact that you don't work on any attacking plays in training. So though, in a way, you have to constantly improvise everything you create, and that can be very difficult. You can't rely on improvisation throughout a season. It just doesn't work like that. But, you know, one player in particular, Eden Hazard, now, yes, he did create another chance for Willian to do much better, and that was 2 chances he created for Willian that Willian should have scored from, in my opinion. But then as the game was going on, I don't know what was happening, but his lack of efficiency in the final third was kind of crazy. He was making the wrong decisions every single time, taking too long to take his shots off, taking too long to even play the pass as well, and just making the wrong decisions in areas where he should be passing it. He's, you know, aiming for goal, and it seemed like he was really playing for himself more, and you know, it's quite peculiar. Maybe some things were said during half-time, who knows, but I could see a visibly frustrated Hazard, because every time I looked at him, after every move that broke down with him, his head was always down every single time. And I think that's one of the most visible signs in football. When you notice that your players' heads are down constantly, that tells you that something's happening. But then that one guy comes on the pitch, and you know what? I just knew that Hernandez was going to score a goal. Now, it was funny because during the game, I read a tweet by Nazar Kinzela, and he was basically saying that Hernandez has scored in his past 3 games at Stamford Bridge, and he scored 4 times against us. And you know, the one sometimes where it's just like, you know, bad luck's about to happen. You know, like when someone's just jinxed, and you know that the inevitable is about to come. And of course it did. And how did that goal come? What's this one thing I've been complaining about throughout this match review in regards to our defence? Another long ball in that goddamn box. Again, that defensive line is non-existent. Now, some people are actually blaming Cesc Fabregas for losing Hernandez. I mean, I watched this goal probably 10, 15 times. I don't understand how anyone can make that conclusion, to be honest. Again, it's about not preventing the danger. Now, it comes down to Cahill and Rudiger. You guys, I'm always constantly complaining about Rudiger allowing these long balls in behind him all the time. He doesn't set his body up properly. He doesn't get in that position beforehand to prevent that. Rudiger has amazing passing technique, but sometimes he can be way too reactive. He just doesn't read these things beforehand. It's just about fully concentrating, and that's all it comes down to be honest. He did this against Barcelona, and obviously Messi scored to equalise. He should have prevented that. He should have been in line. I don't know how Suarez got in front of him, but he did it again today. Now, with Cahill, yes, Cahill does win the ball. It was a poor header, to be honest. He should have read it a bit better, because if he did, he could have set his body up better to deal with that and really head it away, or maybe head it to the keeper. But Rudiger wasn't even in line. If Rudiger was in line, then that means that Arnautovic wouldn't have won the knockdown, because Rudiger would have had that ball then. And when Arnautovic wins the knockdown, he plays it in the box, and Hernandez finishes it with a very good curling effort in the bottom corner, and it's just so preventable. It really, really is. This type of goal we've been conceding all the time now. And yeah, you guys, when I release the other video after this, you really have to watch it to really understand why we're conceding this type of goal. And then, you know, it's 1-1, and this is when the London derby starts to feel like a London derby, because beforehand, really nothing was happening. There was no real atmosphere, no real singing, and it's just typical of the Premier League, which is really disappointing in my opinion. But, you know, the fans start to get up a bit, especially after that equaliser, but you just know with Antonio Conte, I'm going to sound a bit arrogant, but I kind of feel that I've made this, you know, this critique on his lack of game management a thing, because anytime I read my timeline, I'm always seeing people talking about Conte's lack of game management, and of course him being a CV manager as well. But you just know that he doesn't have any solutions and we're a goal down. Now, for honestly, I don't understand why you're taking Morata off for Giroud. And the reason I say that is because most likely we're going to be spamming crosses inside the box. Now surely you'd want Morata and Giroud, two guys good in the air, to attack those balls. It would give something, you know, West Ham would have much more difficulties with those situations. I don't know why he does a like-for-like swap. I thought that Morata was good in this game yesterday. It looks to me like he's fully back to his match fitness, and I was happy with his performance. But yeah, and then, you know, bringing on Pedro, God's sake, Pedro, his decline has been incredible this season. He's not good enough anymore. He shouldn't be starting a single game until the season ends. I don't understand how you can bring on Hudson-Odoi in the last game to not even have him in the squad for this game. It's nonsense, and it's these type of decisions that these managers make that affects them themselves. I mean, Pedro has done nothing for you this season. How can you rely on this guy still? He came on every single time, losing the ball, giving away possession, wrong final ball, stupid shots as well. That shot at the end, when I thought he was going to try to collect the ball, put it on his right foot and go for a cutting effort, he tries a half volley in the air with his left foot. Utterly stupid. And when players do that type of stupid things in decisive moments like that, it just tells me that they don't really care, in my opinion. And let's not forget Emerson. Emerson warming up the entire second half. You're waiting for him to come on. If you're going to bring him on, why not make a triple substitution? Why wait until you're in the 85th minute to try and bring this guy on? But then it was too late. And of course, Emerson had to sit back down on the bench, because if Conte made that substitution where, you know, the ball wasn't out of play, then we would have just wasted more time, and we're not going to have that time added on. Utterly ridiculous. He just doesn't have an idea or a clue. And I'm just thinking, with how we're performing at this moment in time, surely you'd be thinking of every contingency plan you can, just in case the inevitable does happen. And again, you know, even though I'm critiquing Conte for his management in the game yesterday, at the same time, I'd say that 65% of the blame does go down to the players, because in some of the decisive moments they were creating, it was just the wrong ball, wrong shot decision, wrong everything in the final third. It happens too much. There's a reason why we rarely score more than 3 goals, and that was the main issue today, because we should have sealed this game beforehand. And, you know, West Ham was so poor, in my opinion, that we were kind of circumventing like our weaknesses with our system structurally. You know, that's how poor West Ham were, and that's how easy it was for us at times. But this thing keeps happening all the time, you guys. But I mean, of course, Europa League. It's Europa League next year. But Arsenal are 3 points behind us. Burnley are close to us as well. There's probably a big chance that Arsenal will actually go above us by the time the league ends this season, which is incredible, and it shows you the massive decline. 8 points out of 24. Awful. Conte's got to go. He's going to be out. But anyway, you guys, thank you for watching my match review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV. Signing out.